Blue Water Climate Control. From heating and AC installation and repair, commercial or residential, when you choose Blue Water Climate Control, we offer solutions, not a sales pitch. Blue Water Climate Control. Veteran-owned, superior service.
Hello, everyone. Let me get this off. I think it'll be okay. There's not too many people. There's nobody around me at the moment. Chopped off some of my hair. I feel a lot better. It's kind of still wild, but okay. Y'all didn't come here to watch me fling hair every which way. I'll wait on everybody to get in here. Hello, here. They let me back in. Restream likes me again. Let me tell Alexis I'm here so she can come in. Can't spell tonight. Restream open. There we go. Casey likes my haircut. Thank you. It was too much hair. I couldn't deal with it anymore. It's not really brushed or styled. I don't do that kind of thing. But Alexis is going to try to make it, so that will be great. I am checking in. Everybody's coming in. Nancy's here. Denise, Credence, Rachel, Deb, Joan, Tony, Mark, Donna, Amanda, Trish. There's Donna again. KC already said thank you for liking my hair. Julie's here. Renee's here. Kathy's here. Y'all are loyal, man. Y'all are some good people. Y'all are always here, no matter what time or how many places I have to go to try to make this thing work. So obviously, Tennessee needed a game like that. I think y'all needed a game like that. My goodness, that was fans have been put through some stress lately. Tennessee is now perfect at home, still in the SEC. Only home loss here has been to Stanford. So just those little road games nipped them. I think I speak for everyone when I say when Ray rolled her ankle and Tamari rolled her ankle, you just want to scream. But they both came back in. They're both okay. Tennessee has had enough with the injuries. And the fans, two of the loudest ovations of the night were when Ray checked back in and then when Tamari checked back in. A lot of folks were asking about Brooklyn Miles. Kelly said it was a one-game suspension for, team rules, disciplinary reasons, but one-game suspension would indicate it's really not that serious. So no judgment from me. I was a freshman in college, back sophomore, junior, senior, and I probably would have been suspended once a week for my behavior if I got caught. So like I said, I never have passed any judgment on any mistakes or decisions that young people make because I made a ton of bad ones myself. Attendance was over 70,000. It was a pretty good crowd, pretty loud. It's hard to believe there's only one more regular season home game. That will be Sunday, of course, 2:00 against LSU. Joan asked where was Green tonight. I'm not sure. Not sure where Kean was, to be honest. Could be class, could be studies, could be anything. So not really certain about that. I got here for these 6:30 games. I'm coming from work, so I am rolling in on two wheels and don't really have as much time to look around when I get here. So Veronica said hopefully Sunday attendance is off the charts. I really hope so. Veronica, particularly for the team, for the seniors, and for Mickey Dearstone, of course, calling his last regular season game in Thompson Bowling Arena. Jessica said Jasmine and her mom were near us. They appeared pretty engaged. Thank you for that, Jessica. With Alexis not here, we can talk about that. She said she's on the way. Jasmine Powell is a transfer point guard from Minnesota. And she's about a 5'6" point guard, very quick, incredible defender. I mean, she can stick to her woman like glue on the court. She is an incredible defender. She can shoot the three ball. She can distribute the ball. I think she averaged 12 points as a freshman when she made all Big Ten freshman team. And I don't know what other school she's looking at, but she was here. Her name again, Jasmine Powell. She's originally from Detroit, and she was taking an official visit. She is in the transfer portal, so she can take an official visit, which means she could come in for 48 hours, and the host school, being Tennessee in this case, would pay for the visit. So that's always good. I would imagine point guards are gold in this game, so I would imagine she has plenty of other schools inquiring about her availability. So I don't have any update on what her decision might be, but it's a very good sign. It's always a good sign when Tennessee can get them in, because it's a heck of a place to visit. And I was glad to see the crowd turn out. We're trying to float away here in Knoxville. We've had so much rain. So Jessica Gwen pointed out JoJo played a great game. Yes, she did. Her final stats were eight rebounds, which is really impressive. 9.7 assists and just 2 turnovers. And she had an outstanding game. Had to play 28 and a half minutes, so she logged quite a few minutes against pretty good. Mississippi State is small in bodies. They played 7 people, but they are very quick. So Jordan played an outstanding game. Tess Darby career high 17 points, and Tamari Key 23 points, 15 rebounds, 6 blocks. She had 7 blocks. I cannot believe they called that block in the fourth quarter a foul. That was a volleyball spike block, and the force of the block sent the player to the floor, not a foul. The crowd was mad about that one, and they should have been. That puts Tamari at just 12 behind Candace Parker for the all-time record at Tennessee. She now has 263 blocks. Candace had 275. What I pointed out for those of you who are on Twitter, I may have seen my post yesterday. Candace did that in 110 games. Tamari has now done this in 84 games. Remember, Tamari did not get to play in an NCAA tournament as a freshman because of the pandemic, canceled the whole tournament, and her sophomore season started 3 weeks late because of the pandemic. So she has been deprived of multiple games, and but what a comeback in her junior year. Jessica said Kelly was in the house too, appeared to be enjoying the block party. I mean, the cool thing is Tamari is closing in on Kelly's single season record, which is 113. I mean, Tamari could seize that next game or the game after. So Kelly Kane would appreciate a good center and a good block. So I'm sorry I didn't get to see Kelly. Would love to see her, but I'm glad she was here. I mean, get to see her and say hello. Tennessee shot 53% from the 3-point line. Incredible 3-point shooting. Tess Darby was 5 of 6. That's a really outstanding job by the freshman. Jordan Walker hit 1, Ray hit 1, and Caroline Strickland hit 1. So nice to see that. Tennessee overall shot 53.8%. The paint scoring was incredible. It was 50 points in the paint for Tennessee, 28 for Mississippi State. Mississippi State is a very guard-oriented team. They have the one post player, of course, and they could not. When Tamari Key was on the floor, Mississippi State could not do anything to get in the paint. I mean, Tamari is just a one woman crew there. There is the Buck is here. Alexis, Alexis, tell me. Well, I've been yakking away here. Tell me what you thought about that game.
I think it was a solid game. I came in on the tail end talking about the presence of Tamari, her size, on both ends of the court, and that was very evident today. Good job, Tamari. I mean, they have an answer for, on offense and defensively. Like you say, you come in that paint, you better be ready to figure out how you're gonna get your shot off. Alexis Dye, she's finally starting to get back into the Alexis Dye that we were excited about at the beginning, and the player that we saw in the beginning of the season, first half of the season. So that was good to see. And then just seeing people getting on the court and, figuring it out. Not so happy about, the turnover situation in the first half. Way too many turnovers in one half. What was it, 12?
Yeah, there were 12, and it seemed like a sneaky 12. It didn't even seem like there were that many, but I think a whole bunch bunched up together. That it just a couple. Yeah, there were a few breakdowns there in that first half. They only had 7 in the second half, which is a lot better. But yeah, things got a little sketchy there to close out the second quarter. So
They did, but I mean, we did what we know how to do when we're underdogs. Find a way to win. You know.
And then ended up winning big, 86 to
Oh, yeah.
64. Scored how many points? They scored 56 points in the second half. That's a lot of points.
Turn it up. Turn it up.
It's a game in the SEC. Because for me, bracket watching and standing watching is a full-time sport. For me, I'm going to throw the scenarios out here. I spent the other night literally with a legal pad and a pencil doing all the what ifs for what Tennessee would be seeded in Nashville.
How'd that turn out?
Right now, Tennessee is locked. With the win, Tennessee locks up a double bye. They will play on Friday. They will not play on Thursday. They have locked up a double bye. Here's the bizarre part. Do you know who beat Florida tonight? Vanderbilt.
Vandy. Okay.
So, Florida, let me go get my stats. Florida is now 10-5 and in fourth place. Tennessee is in third place at 11-4. LSU is in second place at 11-3, and of course South Carolina is 13-1, and I think they already won this evening. It's in the third. They're about to be 14-1. So South Carolina is going to lock up the number 1 seed and win the SEC. Here's the tricky part. As I said, LSU is they're about to beat Alabama. They're up in the fourth by 11, so they're going to be 12-3 tonight. And we know that Tennessee is 12-4. So what happens Sunday? If Tennessee beats LSU, they're both 12-4. And because Florida lost, you have wiped out the tie at 12-4. Tennessee, if they beat LSU, could be the number 2 seed and finish second in the SEC. That is how crazy this league is. Now, if Tennessee were to lose to LSU, they would be the 3 seed. So,
Gotcha.
So, that is insane. No, wait a minute. Let me go. They would be because Tennessee, if they were to lose to LSU, Tennessee would be 11-5, would probably tie Florida because Florida plays Auburn. Florida's probably going to finish 11-5. Tennessee would be the 4 seed based on head-to-head. So Tennessee can literally go from 2nd to 4 with 1 game.
With 1 game. Isn't that crazy how that happens?
And the whole wrinkle of this was Vanderbilt somehow beating Florida. I think they beat them by 4.
Find a will to win. It's anybody's game. I mean, we talk about this all the time, Maria, even especially when I'm upset about our losses. At the end of the day, any team could win. I mean, you have your projections, you have your standings, but at the end of the day, you gotta play ball. You gotta play to the last whistle. If you don't bring it, it's not gonna be a good night. I don't care how many times in history you beat that team. I don't care if you've already beaten them once or twice this season. None of that matters.
No, not a bit.
I mean,
literally. And there's a big log jam at 5, 6, and 7 too. I mean, there's NCAA postseason implications for what happens on Sunday, which makes it a lot of fun. But no matter what, I just don't know what time because Tennessee could finish in various spots. Tennessee will play on Friday, not Thursday, to open the SEC. For a team that has been gutted by injury, that's very good. You don't want to play on Thursday, ever. When you're low on numbers. When tomorrow Ray rolled her ankle and so did Tamari, and you could feel the crowd just about to die. I mean, when they both had to limp off the floor, but both came back. So right. both are fine. Yeah, we were talking about blocks before you got here. Tamari now has 263 in 84 games. We were talking about how many games it would take to catch. Could she? I wanted to compare her to Candace Parker, the greatest shot blocker in Tennessee history. Candace had 275 in 110 games. Tamari can take that record in under 90 games.
Wow.
I know. She's 12 away and she's played in 84 games. She's 12 away from tying Candace. She's also I don't know. She's also very, very close to breaking Kelly Kane's single season record of 113. So I just want to shout out to Mari Key because that's impressive.
Oh yeah, that's
To be
big
able to
time.
get through there.
And I mean, breaking records is breaking records. Setting them, breaking them. That's a huge accomplishment. So we definitely don't want to sell you short, Key. Keep going, keep chasing it. Go ahead and set a new standard.
And they robbed her of one. She volleyball spiked. She volleyball spiked it, and I think it was Anastasia Hayes, and she fell down from the impact of the ball. And Mark Zentz called a foul. I could not believe it. Tamari did not touch her. She went to the floor, and he assumes, oh, women can't do that. He must have fouled her because she fell down. No, it was a clean block. I'm still mad about that if you can't tell.
I was about to say, yeah, a little bit. It shows a little bit.
I just hate it when officials don't realize what women can do on the floor. That makes me more angry than missing the block. So, but as some people have pointed out, it's a team effort. I mean, 4 people in double figures. Tamari with 23, Tess Darby career high 17, Alexis Dye 13, Ray Burrell 11. I want to say something about Ray, and I hope she doesn't get her head down. She took good shots. They just would not fall. I thought Ray took some really good shots, and they just wouldn't go down for her. Sometimes the bucket is not your friend.
Right.
And that was the case for Ray. She finished with 11, 5 assists. Tennessee had 27 assists. Everybody's been talking about they don't have enough assists. 27 assists tonight on 35 made baskets. That is incredible.
Oh, yeah. That's huge. That means we were moving the ball. We were moving our bodies. But most importantly, we're knocking down shots. So that's always a plus. I mean, any type of momentum going forward that we can get before Sunday and entering the SEC tournament, Maria, it is crucial. So this is one of those nights where I'm thankful we got the win. I'm glad to start to see some of the things get back on track. You and I both know we're still ways away from confidently saying, "Oh, SEC tournament, we got this." But
no, not with the people sitting on the sideline. No.
Not at all. Not at all. But we do have a great chance to compete at a high level, and you never know if you come to do that.
Yes.
You can never count yourself out if you're willing to go and outwork the other team.
And today they competed, and they were in a good space. They shared the ball. Everybody got involved. Rebounded the ball. The rebounds were 50 to 27. I mean, just wiped out the boards. Just rallied together as a team and did what they're supposed to do. I had several people ask why was Brooklyn Miles not around. 1 game suspension for team rules, disciplinary stuff. As I said earlier, I'm not going to judge any player on anything that happens in college because I know what happened to me in college, and I didn't always do the right thing or be in the right place or make the best decisions. So 1 game suspension indicates that's nothing that serious, and Brooklyn will be back in the fold for Sunday's game.
Awesome. That's good to hear. We can't afford anything.
No,
that's coming out.
But I agree with you. Just show up and compete, and you never know what's going to happen. I mean, I don't think anybody would have had Vandy beating Florida tonight.
Oh no, not at all. I for sure know Florida ain't have Vandy beating Florida.
No, not when you're in a position to get something done in the SEC. But I mean, still a top 4 seed. I mean, LSU that's a huge game. LSU is a highly ranked team, playing well. It's Tennessee Senior Day. You know how that gets. A lot of distractions on Senior Day. Alexis, what is it about Senior Day and the emotions of that? How do you deal with it?
Well, how do you deal with it is realize that you're literally having a senior day of your job at that time, which is playing basketball. So if you remember that you are there for the job and not the theatrics and the ceremony, as great as it feels, it's bittersweet, from the first time you really got yelled at as a freshman and you said, I can't wait to be a senior, to it coming up quickly and say, gosh, I can't believe this is happening. It's a lot of emotions to take in. And some kids, they're ready to graduate and ready to move on. But it's still a lot of emotions because you're ending not only, basketball wise, this is my last regular season home game, like ever, right? Anything after this, I'm setting the pace. This is my first SEC senior, tournament.
Mhm.
How am I going to leave my mark? It's all about, tell the girls all the time, build your resume. You're building your resume for the next chapter of your life. So it's a lot of emotions, both good, bad, but it's going to be high energy. I hope that energy and that anxiousness comes through in a positive way, not in a turnover scenario way, but in a lot of transition buckets, steals, communication, ball and player movement, out rebound another team. Maria, if we can get that energy transferred into that direction,
Mhm.
it's not going to be easy, but I think we can find a way.
LSU was up 12 on Bama when I checked. I think they looks like the people are telling me Jessica and Karen they won by 8, 58-50. I mean, that's just, I mean, Alabama just beat Tennessee. I mean, that's just the SEC. It is rare to have a score like tonight. Tonight's score was rare in the SEC, where you have a game where you can basically relax through the fourth quarter. So LSU Tennessee is going to be, and you know how those LSU Tennessee games are. They tend to be absolute fights, brawls. I don't mean a physical, actual brawl, but they are hotly contested, physical basketball games.
Oh yeah,
It's also Mickey Dearstone, of course, as you've heard, Lex. He's retiring.
I
So it'll be
saw
his
that.
last regular season home game in Thompson Bowling to call it. And they're going to honor him before the game. And he can't do interviews without breaking down crying. So that's going to be an emotional time, too, for
Oh,
everybody.
man. I love Mickey D, man. His voice is amazing, but even more so, he's a great, great man. I mean, he has a pure heart, great intentions, and he always makes you smile as soon as you see him. Just how he says your name, how he hugs you, everything. I'm a huge fan of Mickey Dearstone, so we'll definitely be sad to see him go after 30 years, but well deserved break, Mickey. Did a great job.
Adam asked, sorry, late to the party. Did y'all discuss the absence of Brooklyn Miles? Yes, we did, Adam. One game suspension for team rule issues, disciplinary issues, so which indicates it's not that big a deal, and she'll be back Sunday. So, as I pointed out, I'll say it again: the things I did in college, I would have been suspended every week if I'd gotten caught. So, I'm never going to pass judgment on the decisions of 18, 19, 20-year-olds because I made a boatload of my own that would fall in the bad decision category. So, somebody asked about Jordan. Any update on Jordan? She's obviously still, immobilized in her sling. I mean, it's a dislocation, fractured dislocation that is at least 4 weeks of healing. So there's really not going to be any significant updates on Jordan. That's going to be a rehab and X-rays and status checks. I mean, she is not playing in the regular season. She is not playing in Nashville. We know that for sure.
Right.
The calendar is not in her favor. So she's being enthusiastic and being Jordan. But Alexis, it's hard. You had to sit when you broke your wrist. It is hard.
I was about to say I suffered, an injury around the same time as Jordan did, actually, maybe a week ahead of time.
Y'all were about 2 days apart.
Yeah,
That's about
mine
it.
was February 10th, right, or 9th, February 10th, 2006. Of course, I'll never forget it. Uh, and it was deflating at that point in time, in the season, when all you're worried about is trying to finish the regular season strong to try to win out the SEC outright before even entering the SEC tournament, preparing for the tournament, and obviously trying to win to get yourself in a better position for a number one seed for NCAA tournament. So it's just a very critical time, in the season. So it's frustrating, but I think that she's surrounded by great teammates and support staff. And Jordan, all you got, just stay positive, keep holding your head up. I know it's frustrating. God has a plan. Just stick with it. Rest and rehab. Don't rush it. Don't go out there and try anything extra. Don't accidentally forget that you're hurt. None of that. Do exactly what you need, because I promise you, if you do that, if it's meant for you to get back on that court in the NCAA tournament, you'll be there. Will you be 100%? I don't know. I know I wasn't when I returned, but I still was willing to take that chance. We have obviously very different injuries, but you just gotta be patient. You gotta be patient, Jordan. That's it. Don't rush it. I'm telling. Please don't rush it. I know you want to play. I know you want to play, and it's just better to heal.
The
Trust me,
good thing is X-rays don't lie, man. You can
yeah,
say how you're feeling, but they're going to take a look at that bone and see how you're doing. So,
yeah. Is it really getting better, or are you just saying, I feel it's getting better,
Kimberly asked, do we have any recruits coming in for the game Sunday? I would say last home game of the season, absolutely yes. Do I know exactly who? No. Could I say anyway because Alexis is here? No. But will there be recruits here Sunday? Absolutely. That's a given on your last home game, particularly for senior night and LSU. Doris said, I need prayers. I've been in hospital with my heart. I had 4 stents. My goodness, Doris, take care of yourself. That is a serious surgery. The good news is stents will keep you alive and open those heart passageways back up. But everybody, please keep Doris Workman in your thoughts and prayers and hope she's going to be all right. And Doris, we're just going to speak it into the universe that you are going to be okay. So there, everybody help out Doris.
Definitely prayers up, Doris. It's already done.
And Alexis, you and Jordan, both competitive people who love basketball. Like Jordan watching her pregame, she's got a basketball in her hand. She won't put it down. And you're suddenly a spectator. So yeah, that's hard, man. And I felt sorry for you when it happened. You had so much nervous energy on the bench when it was you. I mean, you would bounce over there, your leg and just
like, put me in, coach. I'm not used to this.
Just let me play anyway. Don't forget this cast. I'm going in. Yeah, you had a broken wrist, pretty serious broken wrist. So,
yeah, but in my mind, there was just a way that I could have pushed through or played through, And as we see, I bounced back, and then obviously I wasn't back to 100%. And
no, but
playing with a club on your hand, and it was very difficult. But I don't even think I would have been able to face myself if I didn't at least try to come back.
And you did well. Jessica pointed out, love that Tennessee honored Gloria Deathridge at the game today. Yes, that was very nice. She was one of the first black athletes to play at Tennessee basketball team. She played right before Pat. She played 4 years before Pat took over, so she didn't play for Pat. It was Margaret Hudson who she played for. She got a sustained ovation, standing ovation. It was a beautiful thing to see. She kept turning and looking and waving. It's one of those ovations that you could tell people didn't even want it to end. They just kept going. So great to see Gloria here at the game. I mean, she lives in Knoxville. She's here frequently, but really great to see Gloria Deathridge honored before the game. It was at a timeout, so that was fantastic.
Yeah, she's a great woman, strong woman, great leader, obviously a legend. I love every time I see her and have conversation with her. She's funny too, and still to this day a true competitor. Just a conversation. Mm-hmm. We were actually at practice the same time. What was that, on a Tuesday? This past Tuesday. So that was fun. So shout out, congratulations. I'm glad they did that. She is well deserving of that honor.
We'll finish up here because I know it's late. I got to get home and you got to get to sleep. Jackie Durr, who teaches in Ohio, said we had teacher-student switch dress today at school for Spirit Week, and she had 7 kids. Keep in mind, this is Ohio, in Lady Vol's gear at their request. So shout out to Jackie for getting these kids in the right color in Ohio.
I love it.
Appreciate you.
Yes, we do.
But great game. 27 assists, 6 steals, 7 blocks, 6 of them by Tamari. 86-64. Team win. Everybody contributed. I do want to shout out Tess Darby's one-on-one defense too. She's a better defender now. She kept Mississippi State's guards in front of her, moved her feet, played angles, shut off the paint. I mean, she's a fundamentally sound player, and she made 5 of 6 3-pointers tonight. So shout out to the sophomore, because when your number's called, and Kelly said her dad even told her, Tess, your offense is going to keep you on the court, but your defense is not. So even her dad has challenged her to be a better defender. So shout out to a parent that challenges their kid and doesn't tell them, look, you're doing everything right. I know your daddy got on you.
You know it.
Yeah, he didn't. He's gonna point out everything you needed to do in a game.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say he was the type that he was very Pat-like before I even got to play for Pat. So that was great preparation. Like, yeah, you did this, but imagine if you actually did it the right way, which is this, and you're like, you know what, you're right. What? So I'm glad. Shout out to Mr. Darby. Get her right, pops. Get her right.
Yeah, shout out to parents who don't tell their kid you're doing great and you're perfect and you should play all the time. Tell them what they need to get better at. So, or just support them. You know, just either support them and just stay out of all the playing time, or be honest with them and tell them what they need to do better. So,
Right.
I forgot to mention all our sponsors. We don't have to go through them all. It's late. Y'all know who they are. Actually, I better do it. Check out all the specials at Orange Mountain Design. uh Terry's got everything up there, new gear, new shirts, new everything. Everybody get ready. Alexis, I know you're tired, but I'm gonna still make you do it. I'm gonna find them here for you. There you go, Alexis, take it away.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Shout out to Monday night's podcast here on the Volunteer Roadshow, the Collective Unfiltered. Myself and former Lady Vol, soccer star Jamel Johnson. Like Maria said, Orange Mountain Designs, our girl Terry Holder, your Lady Vol source since 2008. You have just passed the tutoring where learning is made simple when you can get all of your mathematical needs, K through 12, including PSAT, SAT, and ACT prep. Of course, Alexis Hornbuckle basketball. We're back rolling. First camp last Sunday in Kingsport, Tennessee, with Ryan Goodson. Went very well. Not a bad turnout, 45, 50 kids. And I'm looking forward to continuing to do camps monthly or bi-monthly. Stay tuned for that. Also, the Gold Standard Sports and Performance Training. That is Jamel Johnson again. She is currently not taking new clients because she is killing it at this private gym where she has private clients right now. So y'all stay tuned for her soccer training, boot camps, and college prep sessions that will be coming this spring. Shout out Billy Rattler's Tap 40 Grill Sports Bar Experience. And while I have y'all here, just know this Saturday, as in a couple days from now, for Lady Vol Alumni Weekend, we are hosting. Maria, you are more than welcome. I know you probably won't show up, but you should. You'll be right here with me, okay? But we will be there hosting all of my Lady Vol sisters, former coaches, players, admin, staff, managers, practice guys in the building at Tap 40 to the public. I apologize. It will be a closed private event due to renovations. We just want them comfortable, and without the dining seating, not going to happen, especially when you have 30, 40 plus crazy people in a reunion happening at the same time.
That's gonna be a wild scene, man.
It is.
But y'all have fun.
It is.
Alexis, thanks for jumping on. I know it's late. Once again, thanks everybody for coming in here and talking to us. We appreciate all of you for coming in, and we'll be back Sunday afternoon after the LSU game, and hopefully that'll go the way everybody wants it to go.
Absolutely.
So,
everybody have a good
have to read one more comment. Glenda Hoover said, when I played, my dad wore out tablecloth and salt and pepper shakers every year, showing me what I did wrong.
Oh man.
That's rough, man. But you know, you learn that way. You don't learn by everybody telling you how great you are. You learn by everybody telling you what you need to get better at. So we will see you guys Sunday. Everybody get some rest. And as always, peace.
Peace out.